there now. What's a happening? Everybody knows what's the happenings.
Everybody knows that I'm not on the screen. What's going on here? Why am I not on
I don't know.
Hey, my
I
camera is
blame
on.
the
What's going on?
internet.
Always blame the internet if you can.
Internet, you will always be just an internet to me.
Well, you're on air, Dustin. I'm definitely
Hey,
not, but you are.
everybody, welcome to Meltdown Island. Hey, are you feeling like you're left behind? Are you feeling like you're let down? Me too. So welcome to the show the only show that cares about you still. That's right. It's us, Meltdown Island. That's right. It's Mike. It's Dustin. I blame the Martian, says Rollo. Thank you, Rollo. Your voice has been heard. And I would like to continue hearing it throughout the show. Thank you very much for your time and efforts today. Now, on to blaming Mike about something.
Great. That's what I wanted.
Mike likes. Rollo, like a bad baby in a bad romance. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm singing a little Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
I can hear you again,
you think it's...
and I can see you. And
there he is.
Take a look at this. What the? It's me.
Oh, somebody shaved, and his name's Mike. Look at his face. He does so many facial recognitions.
So many
and so many. Yeah, like so many, neat faces. Like give us scared right now. Oh, that's scared.
Is that good?
I think that's more shocked. I think scared's a little more subtle because
you want more subtle. Okay, so. Look at that. I trembled that bottom lip. Okay, Google, turn on silver lamp. I have to turn on more lights here. What's going on?
You really do. You look like you're like, what do they call them? Incellular people? Without cell phones or something? I don't really know how all those words work.
Why are you calling me an incel? For what reason? Just because it's dark here?
Yes, and I don't necessarily know 100% what incel means, so I just sort of stab in the dark sometimes. Thank you. I guess we're being called a couple of cuties.
Oh, that's nice. Who would say
Isn't that nice?
Probably not Jill, though, huh?
It would be Rollo.
Oh, that's nice. Rollo is a cutie himself, so I get it.
Oh, he is. Mm-hmm. And not only that, Mike, but I just had my first. I think you would call, or Sean McGadigan would call it a meet cute.
Oh, does Jill know?
Yeah, she knows.
Okay.
But I went out with a buddy of mine, and we went through the what do they call it? The city of Detroit.
What are you going out with people in the middle of a pandemic for?
Well, that's a good question. Thank you for asking that question. I led you right into it, prosecutor.
Yeah, prosecutor.
Yeah. We like to have fun, don't we, Mike?
Oh, we love fun. Fun is one of the big things that we really enjoy. That's one of the things that I've always said. We like it.
What is it? We like it.
Yeah. I got a couple of surprises on the show
ahead.
Today for you. I can't wait to
you
show
do?
you. Yeah, but you got a personal story, so it's like personal story time right now?
Yeah, it's just checking in with you, Mike. This is a big deal for me this week.
Okay.
and I went to I picked him up. He's a TikTok friend, someone I met on TikTok, and now have carried that through into my real life.
Okay.
Like a real doll, but Dustin.
A real doll?
But Dustin is the
hold on a
doll.
second. So you know what the real dolls are those sex dolls.
I'm definitely sexy, says Jill and everybody else.
Oh boy. Okay.
So back to my wonderful story about picking him up, and we went driving around Belle Isle, and we went and I showed him places, he showed me places, and then that was it. And we talked. It's really interesting to talk with someone who is really interested in the same thing you're really interested in.
That's cool. That's nice.
Have you ever had that, Mike?
I don't get that on the show. No, I don't get that on this show very much at all. It's
why not?
I don't know. I mean, when I talk to Adam, I do. I don't understand. I don't know. Well, I just don't have the same passion for TikTok that you do. You know, I'm sorry that I'm just not a ticker person.
Gross.
Is that gross? Is that like an inside thing with TikTokers that they're like, anybody that says that is gross?
That's how I know you're not into TikTok. You said TikTokers or whatever you said.
Yeah. What do they call themselves then? What do they call themselves? What do you call yourself when you're on TikTok?
A creator. I'm a creator, Michaels.
Okay. That's a little pretentious for TikTok.
Thank you. Oh boy, I got him, you guys. I got him melting down in the insides.
Big time. You know, I was just thinking though, Dustin, we don't really have we haven't really had a meltdown recently at all. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a meltdown, right?
Well, I have sometimes personal meltdowns. Like this week, my friend, my second. Oh, you're right. Not on the show. You know, I think it's really about being around someone when they're nutty. Like I'm around you and I'm like, what is this nutty guy talking about? You know what I mean, Mike? And I'm like, oh, he's crazy.
Okay.
And then I get crazy and then I melt down.
Okay.
So Jamie Moyer, I'm getting distracted by the comments.
Well, you should.
I apologize to you.
I have one question for you. When is the last time, and this is maybe for everybody, chime in if you want to. When is the last meltdown that we had on the show? When's the last meltdown? I mean, it's been a while.
The last couple have been you, I'll be honest with you, because of the technical sides. Yeah, you don't even realize it, but you're like,
wow.
Rah, 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 rah.
Well, regardless of me just having a complete meltdown that everyone noticed, how long ago was that, do you think?
Oh, to PJ? When PJ was there, definitely, I was like, hey, Mike, why don't you go ahead and while you're pulling up PJ, I'm going to go over here and chat in with the chatters. And before I could get half those words out, you're like, why don't you take control of the show? Why don't you do this and that and the other things? And I was like,
why don't you clip that? Why don't you clip that? Because I would really like to see how angry and melted down I got. I think. Oh,
I don't know that you really would like that.
Oh, I would love it. I think it would be so fun. Personally, I'd like to embrace my meltdowns. I don't like to avoid them like some people do, you know?
You'd be surprised. The funny thing is until you're having a meltdown, you think, oh, I'm going to have fun with this meltdown. But then all of a sudden, melting happens, and you're like, why am I even on this show? Yeah!
One of my favorite classic Meltdown Island meltdowns that happened on the show was when Darren was on the show at my house. Do you remember that? And you got very upset about your garage.
Oh, those were tough days. Those were really tough days.
On the Planet Ant channel right now.
Yeah, those were tough days.
That episode.
That's why we're not on the Planet Ant channel. Was that episode?
Probably. That's what I would guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that we really did start or kick off the whole Planet Ant podcast, and then all of a sudden, we've never been part of the Planet Ant podcast.
Well, I mean, who knows? There might be still room. Maybe you should petition Darren. Maybe you should ask him. And look at yourself right now,
Darren.
Dustin. Wait, hold on. Just look at yourself. Look at how pretty your background is. Look at how nice your face looks, how clean your camera is. You have a good microphone. Look at our beautiful motion background. Look at our really nice lower third. I mean, you are primed. You are primed and ready, my friend.
And ready.
You really are. You really are.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to Primetime. Johnny Five is alive. Ahoy, hoy indeed.
Ahoy, hoy indeed. You know what? I'm going to say then we had a meltdown last week, let's just say, right?
We did?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just going to put that up because I just created that sign for us so that we can keep track of how many meltdowns there are and when they last were. So, you know, this is our workplace. This show, we work on the show. And this is our work safety sign
It is.
for knowing about how many meltdowns we have. So there you go.
Oh, that's adorable. Is that one of my surprises? Because that is a wonderful surprise.
That's one of them.
That's wonderful.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you. I agree. I agree that it is. Hey, Mike, what's happened in your week? Have you had a big week?
I really haven't.
No.
No. Let's see. What did even happen this week? I don't know. I'm just starting to work on some stuff, like comedy stuff outside of the show. Been working on learning more After Effects, Adobe Premiere, stuff like that for the show. Just learning technical stuff. Oh, I started playing Cyberpunk. That just came out.
A little Cyberpunks?
Yeah, Cyberpunk. I think the game's aesthetic is just... it's awesome. It's incredible. It's just like an 80s sci-fi film like Blade Runner or Repo Man or, you know, something like that. It's got the same aesthetic as like a really cool 80s cyberpunk film. So it's really fun to play that game.
Now those are punks that are cybernetics. Those are punk guys like from like the 80s, but have been
kind of
like computerized.
Kind of, yeah, kind of.
Oh,
I mean,
kind of.
Have you seen the film Blade Runner?
Yes.
Have you seen the film Repo Man?
I believe so. Yes.
Have you seen Buckaroo Banzai?
Does that star Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No. I'm curious. I don't know what are some of the all-time best cyberpunk movies?
That's a great question.
William Gibson. William Gibson is the writer of and creator of cyberpunk fiction.
Is he?
Yeah, and he wrote Neuromancer, which is a all-time cyberpunk jam. It's pretty good book if you're into that sort of thing. RoboCop, they include RoboCop, Akira, of course, Blade Runner, Burst City. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. I think it's a little bit newer. It's more of like 90s or 2000s, right?
Less punk, more cyber.
Yeah, Dark City. You ever see Dark City?
I don't know. It sounds dark.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Ghost in the Shell is technically kind of in there too.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic. Yeah. Oh boy. I mean, I guess that is kind of cyberpunk, because it is.
Guess
Days.
Not.
How about that?
I'm telling you.
Strange Days.
Say it again?
Do you remember that movie, Strange Days? It was a very weird movie. It was the director Catherine Bigelow, I mean, the director of Point Break. It was a film of hers. It was kind of a
Brazil
deal when it came out. Brazil, that's good cyberpunk right there.
You know, they're coming out with a remake of Pretty Woman that is going to be cyberpunk. It's going to be a real doll.
Oh, no.
I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah, I know. That happens a lot on the show.
Yeah, well, the thing is I noticed is that whenever I speak, you go completely out.
Yeah.
And I don't like that at all.
That's your brain. That's your brain just shutting down when you're talking.
No, I can have a conversation and talk at the same time. I can hear and talk.
But
and pick up cues, facial cues.
My audio is getting cut out when you're starting to talk, probably by Discord or something, is what I'm imagining.
Exactly. I keep trying to click buttons, but I'm afraid I'm going to click the wrong button, you guys.
Yikes. Don't click the wrong button.
Is that a new cyberpunk movie?
What? Don't click the wrong button? Sounds boring as hell. I'm going to be honest with you. It does not sound great. It does not sound great.
Until all of a sudden it's nuclear winters.
Nuclear winter.
Because they touched the wrong button.
Adam is not joining us today. So what's up with Adam? Did he? I mean, I know he's been working hard.
That's it.
We love and miss him.
Work zaps the life out of you and then takes all creative juices and squeezes them out upon the floor and ground to be trampled on by animals. Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, underrated steampunk, diesel punk, Mark mix.
Steampunk, diesel punk. This is getting outside the realm of cyberpunk now.
Is it?
I would
diesel
say that
punk?
diesel punk is not cyberpunk. I mean, I'm gonna take a stand on that. I'm gonna take a crazy controversial stand.
I thought the punk umbrella really allowed a lot of circus people to get under it, but you're saying,
are you talking
not
about
them diesels?
So you're saying that like the Ramones are cyberpunk because they're punk?
No, they're cyberpunk because they play electric guitars and they're punk.
Oh, okay. So you have a very loose definition of what cyberpunk is.
Matrix?
How about Tesla automobiles?
Well, their cars do dance.
But are they cyberpunk?
I mean, is it punk to dance or is it... I mean, Mike, you tell me, because I'm really asking.
What?
Is it punk to dance?
I really don't know what you're talking about. Wait, is it punk?
I'm talking about the cars. I'm talking about the cars. You brought up cars. You brought up Teslas.
Is it punk to dance? I don't think that any action like dancing is punk in and of itself.
Even if it's a car dancing, that's pretty punk rock.
Even if it's a car dancing, I don't think that that's really punk rock. It seems very corporate to me. I mean, punk is very anti-corporate, right?
Yeah, I would agree with you. But, the Mad Max movies, wouldn't you agree that those are cyberpunk?
No, I would not.
What about Cyberpunky Cyber Brewster?
Oh, Cyberpunky Cyber Brewster? How about, what was the one where the little girl was the robot in the 80s?
Oh, you're talking about, I am okay. Hello, Daddy and Mother. I don't understand because I am a robot.
I guess. I mean, I'm not sure.
Good morning.
What you're saying there, but
oh, was I too robotic? Ooh.
I don't know.
Small Wonder.
Small Wonder. That's the one. That
is the one. Jason Robbins got that one.
Hell yeah, he did. Jason Robbins is damn good at stuff like that.
Hell yeah, he is, Mike. So my friend Mike. Speaking of Mike's, my friend Michael Dupree, he went viral this week on TikToks.
Oh yeah.
What?
You're trying to do that. Nice job.
Well,
yeah.
I've been trying to get into the Creator Fund. Either one way or the other. It's not a useless talent. It is a useful talent for making a little bit of that flippity flippity flippity. I have a bill folding machine in my pocket.
Yeah, that's nice. That's what you want, is a bill folding machine. So wait, what does it have to do with with Dupree going viral again?
Well, Jason Robbins rang in with a comment saying LMAO, which I think that's that band that sang that
party band,
that YOLO song, party band. Yeah,
they're just
and then he
said party bands.
Useless talent, and I think that was a comment on going viral and or virability. Which, okay, I get it on one sense because I'm this guy who's, some referred to me as a comic genius, some referred to me as a music genius, some have called me a crazy person. But nonetheless, if a hot girl was to do any of my bits, she would probably go viral. So I can completely understand what Jason is, where he's coming from on that one point, if I am speaking exactly all of his words, which I assume I'm doing.
You're really right. Hot girls just have life so much easier than that's what you're saying, right?
It's not that they have it easier, it's just that it's easier for them. All right.
Wait, no. Hold on one second. Hold on. Aren't you married to a hot wife? Or no, you're not married. But I mean, aren't you in a relationship with a hot girl?
Super hot.
So why don't you get maybe your hot girlfriend to do some of your bits on TikTok so you can go viral, and just put you at the end real quick or something.
she ain't trying to get into the videos, and even though she does show up in them because of the times where she's in Dustin's after show, let's say,
Yeah.
and I did a bunch of Dustin's after shows for the Christmas season.
Yeah.
And I just did Krampus. I did the big ending in Krampus. No, this is Jason Robbins. Bing. No, it was in response to Mike saying that I'm good for that. That I'm good for that. Oh, knowing Small Wonders, knowing bits, knowing classic television shows. And then he said, I had nothing to do with you, Dustin. Not this time, my bubby, my little bubby bubs. Start speaking on my behalf. Stop speaking on. Get your name out my mouth. That's on old Pat Luce.
Learn the difference between the words stop and start. It's going to be very useful for you, I think.
Pat Luce came up with the old my name is dead in your mouth. That one.
Whoa. Dead in your mouth. That's so intense. That's just a little terrifying.
It's so violent. It's so aggressive.
It is. It's a little terrifying.
Thank you.
I'm having to do some behind the scenes work while the show's going on, just because for some reason it decided that my camera was not the same camera anymore. I mean, I know my camera went out at the end of the show last week. However, I fixed that in the meantime. Tech stuff is
ain't technology.
It's fun, guys. It is so fun. And it's also super
so
easy to do when you're on a show too. It makes it way easier when it's a live show and you're trying to fix your technology. You know what I mean?
Like, how many shows do you do this for, Mike? How many shows?
At least 30.
Wow, dude. Wow. Oh, bro, that's insane. Hi, welcome to the Vocal Fry Show. We are here to vocally fry your minds, babes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the first video you sent me today was that Vaccinating America one. We'll get to that.
Oh, you're talking about the segments. Well, welcome everybody to the next part of the show. We've already did some chit chat and some. Hey, what's happening?
Did you do an RO for us today?
I did. I sent you in a text.
Where? Oh, in a text message on my phone? What?
Yes, so that you can have you because you look. Where's your phone right now? Where is it? It could have the RO sitting on your.
If you had sent me a message another way, I might have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you don't look at your phone or have it on your pocket.
I don't want to be distracted. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, this guy.
RO, December 15th. There we go. Welcome.
Why are you doing this? This is behind the scenes. This is the kind of weed stuff you said is not funny. In fact, you guys, he said, don't bring up behind the scenes stuff. It is not funny.
Wow. That is not what I said. I said that when a technical glitch happens, that we shouldn't focus on it for 20 minutes and instead do the fun bits that we had planned, instead of focusing on my fuck ups. So that's kind of what I was getting at. But if you want to take it that way, that's fine. You can. It's your show, Dustin. You can do whatever you want.
No, go ahead. You were feeling it out, and I didn't mean to trip you up and make your feels fall.
I'm done.
All right, everyone. Now he's gonna make me read it on my behalf, Jason.
Oh, do you want to read it? I mean, we can move on. I got other stuff I got to figure out here too. By the way.
Well, while you're figuring it out, I'll let everybody know the RO for today.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the this part of the show where I inform everybody what the RO is, and then we allow you to go ahead and decide what happens next. So, yep.
I didn't know that.
So we already did welcome. We did the welcome. We did, hey, guy, what's the haps? Hey, now, what's the happenings? We did that. That includes banter. That includes any personal life story or goals that have happened this week.
What does it not include?
It does not include news grunts. It does not include, it could include mind blowers. But today we have on the schedule news grunts. And we also have maybe mind blowers. But I also mentioned this in the RO. You mentioned that we might do mind blowers today, Mike. And I think whenever we just have a mind blower moment, like something that's just like, whoa, that's mind blowing, mind blowers. A moment, it just could cue an eruption of a mind blower event. You know what I mean?
Well,
know what I'm saying right now?
You just want to have an organic mind blower event just happen so that we can get into it or whatever, right? So that's what you're saying?
Or it's just like much like a red line, which we haven't had a lot, or a meltdown itself. A mind blower could just be like So I saw this one thing where there's a spaceships and they was in space and there's these 3 lights and then we shot like a sound wave or something at them and one of them moved to avoid it and I was like, that's a mind blower. And like, so all of a sudden you'd hit a button and then all of a sudden, my head would explode and steam would come out and punks would be dancing around it and people would be like, oh, my mind is melting out of my brains.
Yeah, you know what? Well, that I like that a lot.
Thank you.
I'll just
Thank
have to
you.
create a little graphic for it. A little transition.
Yeah, that's all. A little music, a little graphic, a little.
I did get a News Grunts one done for today though, so that's nice.
Ooh, maybe we should get us into some News Grunts. Hey, everybody.
Well, no,
Hi there.
no, not yet, because I'm not done.
Not yet.
No, I'm not ready to do it. But now
I'm not ready either
because we mentioned it. No, we have to do it now. Hang on. Hang on. You brought it up. We're going to do it now.
You have some very stringent rules in life, bud.
Well,
you might want to open up the gate.
That if we already started talking about it, I'd say that we probably should do it,
Well, I can read you this Mark Mikula comment. Yeah. Y'all doing a year in review clip show for the holidays to show its evolution and give yourself a break from the intensity of a regular run.
Yep, I think Dustin's editing that. He's going to edit that before the 31st, I think.
That's right. That's right.
Are you ready for News Grunts, Dustin?
So what are the choices? Rollo's asking me, what are the choices? Because remember, we're giving the choice of choosing to our directors, which is the audience. Because maybe one audience member really wants to see Where in the World's Rollo San Diego, and maybe that person's Rollo, and maybe he doesn't have it until the end of the day, and he would vote for Where in the World's Rollo San Diego. Maybe Mark Mikula really wants to catch up on the news because he's not a newsie, and he wants us to do news grunts.
I think he is. I think he kind of is a newsie.
The choices are directors, associate producers. That would be mind blowers, news grunts, and Where in the World's Rollo San Diego's.
All right, I'm ready to go for any of those now, Dustin. See how professional I am?
I do. I'm looking at the screen right now and looking at your face, and I'm like, damn, girlfriend, that's a pro-fresh to Deresh.
Pro-fresh. Hey, while we're waiting for an answer, I'd love to also get people to chime in on what they think of me shaving this little bit of hair between my beard and my mustache. If you like it, send a fun emoji. If you hate it, send a different fun emoji. And we'll let Dustin figure out what one.
That sounds fun. I think our first comment is from Meltdown Island, and it looks like they're pondering, thumbs up, an orange heart, which usually means that you're a ginger, 2 yellow hearts, which is the universal emoji of love because it's yellow, much like emojis are. Okay. Somebody then says 100, which I think that they're 100% sure you did shave that. Then with an angel's grace, they say green, which is for growing, a Christmas tree, which is the season, and then a little Meltdown Island tree and fire, and then they're thinking about it again. News Grunt, I think that has something to do with the Grinch Stole Christmas and our famous news grunts. Then Audra said, I think it looks great, Mike, with Audra. Fun emoji of a icy or a frozen cold drink of some sort. Or no, maybe she's getting water because you're a thirst trap. Look out, thirst trap emoji.
I wish I had a graphic for it.
We are thirst trap. I'm in the desert. I'm on a camel. I'm looking for an oasis from your trapping me in the trap of the destiny of a desert. I got a dry mouth. Is the unboxing and product review segment no longer a part of the show? It is.
I would like.
We have not touched on it,
but it's up to it's up to Dustin. Really, I mean, Dustin decides what happens on the show. He is the boss of the show.
Well, I'm glad we're talking about this now, Mr. Mark Mikula, because I have been begging for news review. I've been begging for reviews from I don't know, for a year. If we're gonna have a meltdown, it's gonna be this one right here because I've been wanting. Mike.
I'm getting ready to change the number to 0.
So what I'm trying to say is, yes, we need to get back to reviews. Reviews and screws. It's like they always say, reviews and screws.
All right, well, let's go into news grunts. Are you ready, Dustin?
Mm-hmm.
News grunts. Hear the lovely audio that went with that, but there was nice audio that went with it. I don't know if the audience could hear it or not, but very fun.
Oh, but it was even without the audio though, the visualization thereof was amazing.
You want to see it one more time?
I would. Okay. It was amazing.
I don't really know if I can do it really easily because of the way that OBS works. But
then don't. We heard the audio. They got to hear it. They did.
Yeah, you can hear it on the replay, Dustin.
I will, Mikes.
Wait, here we go.
Okay.
I think this'll work. Let me see. Let me see here.
That was awesome, and it was all there.
Here we go. You know what this is from?
Land of the Lost. No, the Beatles, Ringo Starr's prehistoric movie.
Good job. Yes, you guessed it right. That's exactly what it's from. The movie Caveman with Ringo Starr and what's her name from Cheers? Shelley Long. It's very weird, but Shelley Long is in that movie with Ringo Starr. Must have been one of her very early first roles or something.
You know, there was a lot of weird movies in the 70s and 80s because a lot of people were taking what they called chances, Mike. Yeah, they were getting into the movie biz, and they were much like I watched the Bee Gees the other day, and they got that Bee Gees BG and Through the Years. I don't know what it's called. Mm-hmm. The guy wants you to focus on the music. What did you remember about it? The music. That's what he wants you to remember.
The 70s you're talking about, or what?
So what they did is...
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm confused.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there right now. I'm getting there right now.
Tie it up. Nice little bow. Okay.
So I watched this movie, and I realized they said that how they wrote the movie Saturday Night Fever is they bought the article about disco in the nightclubs. They bought the article from Time Magazine, something, New Yorker, who knows. And then they took that, and the guy who bought it also had the Bee Gees, and he said, I want you guys to write me 4 or 5 songs. I'm asking all my artists to do some disco-y songs for this. And they had already had 5 of them done, and they were the 5 that are like, you know, How Deep Is Your Love, Staying Alive. I mean, it was like unbelievable, dude.
Night fever, night fever.
So they released the songs before the movie, and the songs were so good, and people loved it so much. And you had John Travolta, and literally John Travolta whispers into Barry Gibb's ear after it comes out. He goes, "So you thinking Oscar maybe?" And Barry Gibb's like, "Are you fucking with me, John Travolta? Is this one of those classic John Travolta pranks? Like, what are you doing, Mr. Carter? Right? No, I don't think it's gonna be." And he did win the Oscar. He did win the Oscar for Best Actor in that. And so he won. He won.
John Travolta. Well, I mean, Pulp Fiction's definitely his greatest work, right?
We don't like to choose it. I'm hustling right now.
Okay. Well, hey, do you want to get into news grunts?
News grunts.
Okay, so, you know, people, you can grunt along with us at home. But
that's
what we're going to do is we're going to review each of these news articles. I'm going to read them off, or if it's a video, we're going to play it. I was just explaining what was going to happen, and we already played an intro, but go ahead.
Hey, you guys ever feel like, man, remember back in the day when I was watching the news and there's like maybe 1 or 2 stories in a week? Well, now all those stories happen in about an hour. And then you've got 20 more stories coming tomorrow. And then you got 20 more stories. Because guess what? Media is content, and content is the language of today. But the language of tomorrow could be the language of yesterday. And that would be grunts.
Okay, well, I would say that there's about 800% too many words, but So welcome to News Grunts, everybody. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to play a video or read a thing. Dustin and I are each going to take a turn giving our caveman reaction to each of those things. Feel free to grunt along with us at home or critique our grunts in the chat. If they suck, let us know. If they're great, let us know that too.
Let us know.
All right, we got this vaccinating America clip. I have no idea. I've not looked at any of these yet. Dustin just sent these earlier today. Here we go. Let's watch this.
You haven't looked at any of them.
Hear this? No.
Duty confirming that Joe Biden will be our next president. And in a speech last night, the president-elect said the rule of law had prevailed. He received 306 electoral votes. That is the exact same number that President Trump called a landslide just 4 years ago. Nicole Killian now reports.
Okay. Are we? The thing is that I don't think we should play a whole 2-minute, 30-second video.
Well, if you would have read the message that coincided with it, I think that it's important to watch. Don't you just
revealing our personal communication. Sorry. But I don't know if you sent that. I don't think you said it's important to watch the whole thing. Okay, we're going to watch the rest of it. Are you ready? Here we go.
President-elect Joe Biden celebrated his electoral college victory and
Mark Mikula may not know this.
155 million Americans who were determined to have their voices heard.
This election now ranks as the clearest demonstration of the true will of the American people.
Mr. Biden skewered President Trump's exhaustive attempts to overturn the election results. Attempts that have been unsuccessful.
President Trump was denied no course of action he wanted to take.
50
he took his case to Republican governors
court cases
and Republican Secretary of State as he criticized many of them.
50
Republican state legislature to Republican-appointed judges at every level.
The president-elect also sharply criticized Republicans, including the 17 attorneys general and 126 House members who supported a lawsuit aimed at overturning the election results in 4 key states.
Caesar much?
We've never seen it before.
The problem is
they refuse to respect
hold on, almost there. He's president-elect.
Respect the rule of law and refuse to honor our Constitution.
Mr. Biden spoke about the threats
that's it. That's what Trump keeps saying. So he's saying it
again. See anyone subjected to the kind of threats and abuse we saw in this election.
Yeah.
Simply unconscionable.
Legislative offices in Michigan were closed yesterday amid threats of violence, and state police had to block a group of pro-Trump supporters from entering the Capitol. But the process went on.
The electors have unanimously cast
they had to make them
16
secret
votes for Joseph R. Biden.
As the president continued false claims of massive fraud, more Republicans acknowledged the president.
He's a massive fraud.
He's just a complete moron.
I skewered him.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is now the latest foreign leader to formally congratulate victory after weeks of holding
he just Trump. He dumped Trump like Trump dumps people.
Never cared about Trump.
Putin
never cared about Trump.
That will decide control of the Senate. Anthony?
Nicole, thank you.
Okay, so
now it was pretty important.
Shall I go first? Here we go.
Yep.
Long grunt for a long video. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Let's see. I'm gonna supersize these guys here. Oh, they don't fit exactly.
Ooh, supersizing.
There we go.
You know what? I decided that we should give a little more contextual information. Sometimes we were getting a little frustrated, I noticed, and that was making our grunts a little negative.
What? I don't understand what the contextual information thing is. Anyways,
well, there would be a last word that was easy to guess. There would be a last word. It would be like, News Grunt starring Mike McGettigan and Dustin, and you'd be like, Gard, what? Gard, what's he got? It's like Gardner, bro. His last name's Gardner. We all know it's COVID-19. It would be something simple like that.
What? I don't understand what you're saying right now.
What I'm trying to say right now is you tried bust balls when it came to some of them being cut off of the headlines, and you didn't feel proper grunting at a headline that didn't have at least the full headline. So what I've done is go one step further, maybe overcorrected. I can admit that. And I have sent not only the headline, but maybe just a little bit of contextualized a little bit of information that if we're like, wait, what's that mean? Remember when Sean McGettigan was all like, ooh, I really want to get to know that dictator a little bit now.
So you're talking about after the headline, then we learn more about it?
If we want to. Like this one, I think is important. Okay. I think this one's important, Mike.
Okay.
This is a very good example.
I'll read it. Over 45 million people are under a winter storm watch as heavy snow takes aim at the East Coast. Wait
till you hear this. The forecast is to strike most of the eastern coast Wednesday into Thursday and have several feet of snow, heavy ice that will cause power outages
during COVID. I know that's really bad for those guys. I'm feeling bad, and I feel like it's only a matter of time till we get ours as well.
Our comeuppance.
Well, no, we're not. It's not like weather takes sides, Dustin. Weather doesn't get angry. Weather doesn't melt down. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, that's the last one. I got to go back. Hold on. There we go. Hackers used obscure Texas IT vendor to attack U.S. agencies.
Oh my God, that was really. You should have backed up a little bit. That last one was like very aggressive.
I'm sorry if it was very aggressive. FDA review clears path for second coronavirus vaccine, this one developed by Moderna.
Dolly Parton helped pay for that one, by the way. She is really not only giving you Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Jolene, but also possibly saved our country.
Dolly Parton is a national treasure, so... yeah.
National treasure.
Thank
you, Mike. This is the one thing we see. One thing that brings us together is Dolly Parton, Mike.
Want your one thing. Want your gifts delivered by Christmas without paying extra? Now's the time. This sounds like an advertisement.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I put this one in there because I'm horrible at this. This is where Dustin does not do... You all look at me like this suave 00 Bond, James
Somebody
7
that just has
types.
everything together. Somebody that just has all their ducks in a row. A very very middle of the road, kind of corporate, kind of very clean cut.
And not only that, Mike, but also I think you would probably go on to say so heartfelt, thinking of others, so giving. I'm sure you would say all of that.
But I know you're still talking about yourself, but yes.
I am. I'm saying the things that you would probably say if given enough time. You would continue probably down that road.
We could talk about that later, but yeah. I don't want to argue on the show, so let's just keep moving.
Oh my God, that's what the show's all about. You want to get a meltdown?
I do. I want to change our sign to 0 days, and I want to play that wipe graphic I made. But you know what? It's okay.
But here's the thing: is I'm actually admitting
you're bad at getting gifts delivered without paying extra.
On time. I'm bad at getting I'm one of those last minute running to a 24-hour CV, Meijer hopefully, but if it has to be a CVS.
If it has to, one time when in the 90s, my very first job was working at a dollar store called Everything's a Dollar. It was one of the worst jobs I've ever had in my entire life. It was at Fairlane Mall. And probably one of the worst experiences was working on Christmas Eve, which we were only open until like 5 p.m. or whatever it was. So those big sliding metal gates that they have in front of stores, I'm like closing the thing, finally exhausted. My ankles are throbbing. My feet hurt. Everybody's just kind of like, ugh, I'm so tired. I'm so ready to get out of here. And this guy wearing a full fucking suit, probably worked at Ford down the street or something. He jams his foot in the gate. And I'm like, sir, we're closing. You're going to have to remove your foot. And he grabs the gate from me. And he's like, I just have to get a couple things. And I'm like, we're closing. You are not allowed in this store. And he pushed me, 19 years old, out of the way and bullied his way into Everything's a Dollar so that he could get gifts for his loved ones. I mean, Nothing says love like aggressively pushing a salesperson out of the way on Christmas Eve just so you can get into the dollar store.
But he wasn't even afraid of Mr. Tall McGettigan?
Hey, I was 19. I had a big baby face. It's not the same rugged, tough-looking, scary guy you see before you. I used to have hair.
The key is you had a big face, right? You're a big guy.
It was way bigger than it is now. I mean, look how big it is now. It's like Mac Tonight right now. Think of that, but even bigger. Yeah, it was a moon face.
In fact, everyone, his background is the night sky. That's how big his face is right now.
That's all it works. It's all it works for me. It's all it fits. But anyways, we got way off topic. What's my grunt for this one?
Again.
All right, let's move on. Hey, real quick before we read this one, where's your TikTok friends that watched the show last time? Did they not like it enough to watch it again?
Nope, they did. In fact, I think we got another subscriber. A young lady who lives in Mississippi was asking about Central Time and what time, and I was like, oh, we start at 4 o'clock your time, and she subscribed, and so yeah, we should be.
That's fantastic.
Well, we should be way up at like 2:04 now or something.
By one.
2:05.
Hey, Dustin, maybe you should write a theme song with all of the times and time zones that this show airs live.
Explosion number 1. That's at Eastern Standard Time. That's at 5 p.m. It's right. And then explosion
time. We can write it together. We should. I mean, I like our theme song. It's very dreamy and fun. But I would like something a little punchy. I mean, I'm a fan of the old-fashioned, theme song from sitcoms and such. I think it could be a lot of fun. Anyway.
This is the theme to Meltdown Island. The theme to Meltdown Island. Dustin wrote a song because Mike asked him to go ahead and sing a song about Meltdown Island.
Larry Sanders Show. Anyways. Here we go. Are you ready? Does this need more context, Dustin?
It's pretty. I don't think so. I think this one just is pretty good by itself.
I'm going to say one thing about this that is kind of tangentially connected. There was a writer that was interviewed on the radio not too long ago, and he's kind of an expert in game theory. And one of the things that he said is about QAnon. He said QAnon is a game that plays you. And I thought that was just a fascinating way to put the idea of QAnon. It's a game, but it plays you. And I've been reading so many things about QAnon people that are completely deluded and insane. I mean, I'm on a subreddit where people are posting almost every day about their husband or their dad or their mom or their aunt or whatever that are getting sucked into QAnon and thinking that QAnon is actually real. It's insane.
I know. It is real. And it is insane that you don't believe it. By the way,
what kind of face
someone got a little Q-tip in their head.
What face is this, Dustin, that I'm making right now?
Sus.
Sus. You haven't even played Among Us and you're saying sus.
You have played Among Us. Actually, I have been amongst.
This is what we got to do. We got to have a Meltdown Island Among Us party.
Please. I'm begging. Please.
Who are you begging? This is your show. Right? You can set things up. You can,
I'm begging you right now.
Proclamations about when things are going to happen and make them work because this is your show. I'm going to
call my
run right.
I'm going to call myself QAnon next time we play Among Us.
Good.
I'm going to call myself Q.
I'll just kill you right away every time. Anyways, are you ready for this grunt?
I'm ready.
Facebook is a doomsday machine. I don't know. I'm just going with it. You created this. I'm sorry if my grunts are not good enough for you.
No, they are. I'll be honest with you. That one was really good, and I was jealous.
Okay. Well, here's this one that our caveman's head is cutting off, so I'll read it to everybody. Can these tiny reactors save nuclear energy from a reputation meltdown? I love how the word meltdown is in there. We're talking about nuclear power and the future of it being in tiny reactors. I mean, there have been some incredible breakthroughs in nuclear reactors, like the thorium reactor, that basically the thorium reactor has like a bed of rocks, and it only has a nuclear reaction if it's powered. So as soon as it loses power, there's no radiation, there's no harmful effects. It's completely inert and safe. So it's kind of one of the safest nuclear reactors that there are because it doesn't leave nuclear waste, and it actually winds up being a thing that, like, if it had a breakdown in its mechanism, it just would stop working and it wouldn't provide any power. It wouldn't be a thing that would have like a meltdown like 3 Mile Island or Chernobyl or Fukushima or whatever. We would not ever have.
Boy, that Fukushima was a rough one. Am I right?
It still is. I mean, it's horrible,
I know.
right? It's terrifying.
Especially when there was like, I had some Japanese people that were visiting from Japan, and they were at my birthday party, which they shouldn't have been. And we were
with other people. Okay, go ahead.
Well, it was a Super Bowl. Usually lands around my birthday in February, and I was a little bit inebriated and feeling all USA, and trying to make them laugh with some, topical Japanese humor.
No. Oh no!
And then I found myself going or saying, "Oh no, why?" Why would you do that?
What did you do? What offensive, horrific thing did you do? Did you start
I can't remember, but I think all of a sudden
in a Japanese accent and say, "Oh no, tsunami, Fukushima."
No, I would only dress like it and then talk regular.
Dressed like what? A Japanese man? What?
That's what I'm implying, Michaels.
Oh wow!
But honestly, what I did was I was just how you get sometimes inebriated and all of a sudden you just sort of wake up to reality. Well, I'm doing some talking and chit chat, and I go, "Oh shit! Didn't you guys just have that thing? The nuclear thing happen? Oh, and also you guys had that tsunami? Oh,
wait,
that's so sad."
Start talking about that.
I don't know, because I was wasted, and all of a sudden I realized there was Japanese people in my house, and then facts about Japan started popping in my head, and they were not the good ones. And all of a sudden,
Japan.
And it wasn't.
You're
great.
like, I got some Japanese people in my house. I gotta entertain them. Well, quick. What are some facts about
First of all,
Japan?
right there's where you're wrong. Why do I do that?
I don't know, but it's a horrible
Why do I go?
idea. Why do you?
Welcome.
That is a thing to get to the bottom of for sure. I have to say.
Someday.
There's definitely something there that we need to unpack. But anyways, let's move on to this.
Someday.
Can these tiny reactors save nuclear energy from a reputation meltdown, Dustin?
Yes.
No, Grunt.
News grunts.
Yes. Okay, here's mine.
Go ahead.
That's all I got.
You're really optimistic about nuclear energy in tomorrow's society.
I'm the weird one for actually playing the game instead of saying yes.
No, you're not. Don't do that to yourself.
Oh my God.
You're not the weird one this time.
I'm fine being the weird one. I've been the weird one most of my life anyways.
Well, congratulations, because you are a weirdo.
I know. You're welcome. Anyways, here we go. As women bear the brunt of the COVID economy, many are drinking more to cope, but wine mom culture has always been dangerous. What the What is this fucking article?
Not only that, but look at the top of it. In case you missed this, this is super important for you to read.
A woman in a wine glass at the pool. As women bear the brunt of the COVID economy, many are drinking more to cope. Okay, it starts with one thought, and then it goes to another, and then it goes to, but wine mom culture has always been dangerous. I don't think I even want to comment on this. Let's just do grunts right now. Ready?
Go
Dustin,
ahead, Mike.
Go.
Would you see how upset you got there? That was a mini meltdown right there. And dare I say, that's the reason I added contextualized information.
Contextualized information. I don't know
we can
using that right.
And the one I didn't add, the contextualized, you get upset about.
Well, I don't know. Unless the audience chimes in, or Adam, if he's watching,
or Adam
says,
Adam, thanks Adam.
Or Adam, if he's watching, if that's a meltdown, let us know. We'll put it back to 0. We're trying to get through everything without melting down too much. Anyways,
I liked it, Mike. I like you. I like you, buddy.
I like you too. Let's move on to the next one. Are you ready?
Yes.
For you, what happens to the Space Force after the Trump administration?
I've seen this show on Netflix, and I go, oh.
Ew.
Have you seen that Space Force on Netflix?
I did see Space Force on Netflix. You might notice that
funny.
we are at 6 p.m. right now, so we gotta hurry. Let's burn through the rest of these, and then let's jump into Roses and Thorns. Does that sound good?
I'm ready to grunt.
By the way, you will not believe the kind of thing that I'm working on for Roses and Thorns. The intro that I'm working on. Some people might say I've gone too far.
Okay.
I cannot wait to debut it to you. It was not ready for today. I was trying to get it ready, but it's a fun animation. Roses and Thorns.
This is my favorite show, said Kurt Brinker. Go ahead.
That's really nice. Kurt Brinker is my favorite show as well. Trump, who often portrayed liberal protesters as thugs, is silent on violence among his supporters. Dustin. Yep.
Next.
President. Whoa,
News
this is the whole article.
Oh, that was some contextualizing.
Trump antagonizes Republicans with Georgia fundraising ploy.
He's trying to take their money so that.
You ready? Is that your Dustin?
That's it.
That's mine. Biden expected to name Pete Buttigieg as transportation secretary.
Boot Buttigieg.
Poop Buttigieg. Anyways,
Boot Buttigieg.
You know who I feel bad for? It's Chasten.
Go ahead.
Anyways, you ready, Dustin?
Yeah. Chasten.
Wait, no. I didn't ask you to do it. Frankenstein Chasten. Here we go.
That was my choice.
Yes, it was your choice. Biden expected to name Pete Buttigieg as transportation secretary.
Chasten.
Pete Buttigieg is about one of the worst neoliberal idiots out there. I just really, oh God, that guy just is so
Is it because you can't say his name?
You know that when he was running, they were trying to get people excited about him, so that they were trying to get a chant going in this video that I saw. The chant was like this: "Okay, everybody, we're gonna all chant to get Pete out on stage. Is everybody ready? All right, everybody, we're all going to chant together. Boot, edge, edge. Boot, edge, edge." They had him say boot, edge, edge as a chant.
I wonder who stopped that.
I would have been me if I was there.
Stop saying edge, edge. Stop saying edge, edge.
No.
I don't want people thinking edging
that was
my
like her,
rally.
That was like his campaign manager or something. Edge, edge, boot, edge.
She recently got fired right away.
She recently got fired right away. Okay, last one. COVID's strange moment. Joy over vaccines coincides with new levels of deaths and hospitalization in U.S.
Thank you for watching News Grunts.
That was News Grunts.
News Grunts.
Thank you,
News Grunts. Thank you for grunting at home.
Thank you for grunting at home. So now we're up to Roses and Thorns, Dustin, which we all know. You know, I would really love a theme song for Roses and Thorns.
Roses and thorns, roses and thorns,
right
everybody, roses and thorns, roses and thorns.
One, like right now, but I do want one for the future, like for next time, to go with the beautiful graphic and video that I'm making for the Roses and Thorns transition. You know,
how can I make this?
You just make a little song, make a 15-second song. If it's shorter
and what's it look like though? Is it going to be steampunk or is it going to be
there's going to be
cyberpunk?
roses in it and there's going to be thorns in it, and I guarantee it's going to flip back and forth between the roses and the thorns. I was thinking that it would be fun if it's based on the Burl Ives classic hit Silver and Gold.
That's what you thought.
Silver and
gold. Everybody, won't you give me some silver and gold? When the gold strikes,
but instead of silver and gold,
the silver
yes,
stinks.
Nice. There you go. And I'm feeling thorns. Simply remember
these are a few of my favorite things. Then I don't feel so bad. Thank you.
Thank you.
I get tired of being so quiet all the time.
God, I know. You just are so quiet and careful all the time.
I'm very considerate of other people's words and
very
voice.
Empathic.
You know what? I felt you were going to say that. I felt that.
Empathic energy.
It's almost like I almost knew you were about to say that.
You're so empathic, you're almost a precog.
A precog. That was a mind blower right there.
I'm just gonna throw out roses to my News Grunts animation. I just turned out great, and I'm really happy about it. I'm going to give a rose to Dustin for coming through with the song for the intro. That was really nice. I'm also going to give a rose to Adam for his recovery if he's, from work, because he's working he's working the line. He's working at a job now. So maybe he might need to take some time off of the show. Maybe we need to schedule some guests or something, Dustin. I don't know. Or we just keep doing it with you and I. That's fine too.
I think that we should definitely do a game night when he's off so that we can all get back together and get the gang back together.
Well, Among Us would be a fun, easy way to do it. We could have Jason, we could have Rollo, we could have everybody. We could have Kurt, anybody that wants to join in that's part of our extended family. You are all invited to a game night with Among Us. Keep your
all I
ears
need
to
is
the
a text.
ground. I'll record the thing and I'll send it to Dustin, and maybe he can clip it and put it online too once we
all I need is a text. I don't have notifications on for anything.
He doesn't have
except for me to go viral on TikTok.
Thorn.
So go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just commenting that you don't have your notifications on as a thorn. It's okay.
Reverend Roar is in. Speaking of Reverend Roar, where in the world is Rollo San Diego?
Let
me guess. He's in that same spot. No, let's just guess. He's in the same spot he was last week.
Yeah, he is. I guarantee he is. I guarantee it.
So I think I won that one.
I want to do a fun video for this one too. I'm going to definitely, utilize the song, the Carmen Sandiego song, and kind of animate Rollo into that globe and stuff. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
And you can do the voice. You have a deep voice like that guy, and you can just say...
San Diego.
Oh, my God. Rockapella cut it up one time.
You and I do like harmonies or something, Dustin? I mean, could we get this... Could we do some, But seriously, weren't you in a band at one point? Like we could do some stuff here if you wanted to get fancy with some musical transitions.
I do want to get fancy.
I do too. Let's get fancy for the new year.
Fancy.
Let's make the New Year fancy pledge. Me and you, we're going to get fancy for the new year. We're going to make stuff for the show sound-wise to make this thing really just...
Oh, you 2020 plus one. Oh, you fancy, aren't you? Welcome to Fancy 2021, y'all. The Fancy Challenge starts right now.
I'm going to give ourselves a thorn for starting a little bit late and running a little bit long.
Well, I'd like to give us a rose for coming up with the 2021 Fancy Challenge that is trending now everywhere. In my head.
I'm going to give you a rose for getting together a game night and making it happen with all of us. That's going to be great.
I'd like to give you a rose for suggesting that, and also, yet at the same moment, a thorn because you know how horrible I am at organizing. But go ahead.
Well, you can contact people and send messages and get everybody together. We'll meet in Discord. We'll get together on Discord and we'll have a fun game night.
I'm hearing roses. Rose for overtime. Someone is really enjoying the overtime. Sent you a video of what I'm doing. I'm writing postcards to voters in Georgia to try to swing the state. Well, you know what? You're up against Mr. Donald J., my friend, and Donald J. does not lose. So Donald J. right now is scooping in the dollars for Georgia. And you're...
Thorn. There's a ton of Republicans that are saying they're going to boycott the election in Georgia.
Oh, I hope. They're just saying that. Don't listen to them, Georgia.
It's hilarious.
Go vote. Go vote.
But please, go vote. I'm not trying to dissuade anybody from voting. But
don't listen to them. They're tricksters. Georgia,
even though Joel Ossoff, not that great of a guy, but,
the
Dems
I follow Dynamic Bodie.
Good.
She's on TikTok, and she lives in Georgia, and she is, she's on it. There are people that are every day, that's their whole life right now, is the election.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, but it's also inspiring because it's like, God, they know how to stay focused. I'm not that person.
Hey, maybe you'll get there. Bud. That's a bud.
Bud.
All right, do you got any roses or thorns, Dustin, so we can wrap this show up and put it in the carriage?
I'd like to give Mike a rose for the fanciness of this show that has gone from, a hobbled, armless and legless Black Knight in the Mighty Python world of...
You kind of pulled it back. All right.
Boy, that was quite a roller coaster of a sentence for you.
You're making fun of the disabled, then you're making fun of, and then you're talking about black.
But then I'm bringing it back around with where I was really heading.
On the Black Knight, and you made it okay. You made the fact that it was disabled people and then the word black, and it all came together into a package that I was not worried about.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would like to give you a thorn for the black dark abyss that you live in right now. Oh my God, it's like you're in limbo, and you're in right, maybe in that middle area.
Well,
between 2020 and 2021.
Right? So 3 p.m. Eastern.
So you're gonna have to get some lights,
watchers. 3 p.m. Eastern time. I
got some lights. I think
we're at 4 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Mountain, and 2 p.m. What is it, California? What is California?
West Coast. Pacific.
That's right, Pacific. See, that's the kind of song you should make, Dustin, to help advertise the show is we're on at 5 p.m. in Eastern time, and we're at 4 p.m. in Central, but 3 p.m. in Mountain
times.
2 p.m.
And I'm going to... And the Pacific includes California, Nerd Valley, Nirvana, no.
Okay. This is
Nevada. I was trying for Nevada.
This is off to a really good start. Nerd Valley, it's a keeper. You got to keep it in there.
All right,
very
Nerd
nice
Valley.
Job. Very nice job.
Washington State, also the one between them.
Maybe look up the states before you write the song, but you definitely are on the right track.
Wisconsin.
California, which has Nerd Valley.
Also I don't know, just a thorn to life for giving us such horrible things that we can't hardly live. And I'm
going to give a rose. I'm going to give a rose to life for not making things worse, because it easily could be way worse.
I can't get much worse. Got to admit, it's getting better.
Hey, we don't have the Yellowstone caldera hasn't exploded. We don't have any asteroids on a collision course with our planet.
We do.
The pandemic that we have is still not as deadly as it could be. There's a lot of things going well for us. We are on a collision course with climate change and the inevitable destruction of our species by our own means. But
he ain't lying, you guys. He ain't lions.
There's less nuclear warheads around than there used to be, and there's a lot more trees. So then there's some bonus things about that, right?
Because they keep blowing them up.
Trees?
nuclear weapons, and they are cutting down too many trees. Oh, I sent you another one about how it doesn't matter. But also,
okay, let's switch let's get into the ending of the show here.
That's what I was heading to, but I also was going to say something.
Yes, please, Dustin, please say it.
I am lions.
I am lions?
Yep, that's Rollo's comment. I like to try to make sure we're really letting the commenters be heard today.
That's good. I mean, they should be heard every day. That's something that I argue with you about a lot. But I hope that one day you're going to be like, yes, the commenters should be heard every day, not just
you are lions
this day.
The thing is I think that there's just got to be somebody who goes, almost holds their finger, ding, and just says the comment. It's almost interruptive to where we're at. Kind of like how I do.
Yeah. Well, hey, one more thing, guys. I think I'd like to start this new thing. What do you think, Dustin? I want our audience, I want them to rate us on a scale of 1 to 10 how they thought the show stacked up against all the other Meltdown Island shows. Is this show a 10? Is it a 1? Is it a 3? Is it a 6? I don't know. That's up to you, audience. Type in your vote into the chat right now. Give us a rating from 1 to 10, 10 being good, 1 being horrible. We've done some 1s for sure. And, hey, think back to your favorite Meltdown Island. That might be a 10. Who knows? We may have never even got a 10 for you. Maybe we've only gotten to 4. Who knows?
7.95218.
Your rating for us and give us a little bit of feedback in that fun numerical way. Dustin, we are now at the very end of the show, and it's time for the very last thing that we have to do in our show, which is to say our favorite thing together.
1,
Ready?
2, 3.
I want Dustin to get rich.
Yeesh. 666.
Is that a racist noise? Is that a racist noise you're making there?
No.
Okay, good.
If I had on my Japanese glasses and my
I was not. All right, that's it. Have a nice, beautiful night, everybody.
That was a callback to jokes, never mind. Have a good night, everybody. Don't you just love people, Mike? I just love people on Meltdown Island.